Hey there, happy Sunday. Today is day 21 of day 30 of 30 days of live episodes with Quashara Detroit Publishing. So glad you joined me. I'm going to get right into it because it's going to be quick, sweet, and to the point today. I need to get ready for the week ahead. So I just wanted to come in and honor the 21st day of the challenge. So congratulations to me. Yay, 21 days. I haven't missed a day, and the consistency will always win. I'm excited because they say it takes 21 days to make it a habit, right? So I have enjoyed this 30-day challenge, and today we're going to talk about revamping your nonfiction book. So I got my notes over here on my computer. I'm going to share a few of them. I have 10, but I'm going to share a few of them. So if you have a book that you've already published and maybe you're not getting a lot of sales right now, and maybe you put that book on the back burner, you published it, you had a great launch, and now it's just sitting there collecting dust, right? Here are some ways that you may want to revamp your book. Okay. So the first thing that you may want to look at is your book cover. Does your book cover speak to your target audience? What are the colors that you use for your book cover? Is it a color that is that will attract your, hey, Dr. Leroy, is it a color that will attract your target audience? One thing that I did differently, because my goal was to revamp my book, Skyrocket Your Success. I had a dark cover. Let me see if I have a copy close to me. Oh yeah, I have it. I had a dark cover, navy blue, on my book, right? And so this was for professional women. I mean, professional women may find this attractive or whatever, but I wanted to make sure it stood out, right? So one of the things that I wanted to do was revamp the cover. I wanted it to be softer because just looking at the letters and this rocket on here, I want it to be softer, right? So one of the things, hey Stacy, thanks so much for joining. We're talking about revamping your nonfiction book. And I'm showing my first book cover. This is a draft copy though, but I'm showing the first book cover as an example. This is the book that I wanted to revamp, right? So this, when you look at it, really, you're not really thinking professional women, right? It seems maybe general, but just the dark colors, that's more attractive to, happy Sunday, to, I think it's more masculine, right? But when I refresh the cover, I'm going to show you my refresh cover. This is Skyrocket Your Success 2.0. So it's like turquoise. I don't know, the color is kind of messed up, maybe because of the different type of program that I'm using for live. So, but it's a teal color. It's kind of matches my dress that I have on. So this, I believe, is more attractive to a female professional woman audience because of the color, how success is, the gold, the teal. I think this speaks to the target audience. So that's the first thing I did when I was revamping my book. So your cover. The second thing is ensuring that your content is up to date. Okay. So this book was published in 2019. Right? So you may want to look and make sure that you're refreshing your content based upon what's going on now, what's relevant now. So look at your content and see if there's any way you can tweak your content to speak to something that's going on right now, to keep your information current, right? So that's another way. The second way to revamp your book is to, revamp your book cover. Think of some content that you can update. Another thing, I just thought about the book cover. Maybe on the back of your book cover, how you have your synopsis. Maybe you want to update your synopsis to be very clear. Maybe you want to make sure that you bring out some points that you didn't last time, right? And then maybe do a new photo. Maybe refresh your photo. Get an updated headshot. Or maybe change the color on your dress or your shirt or whatever to make it pop a little bit. So that's another way that you can refresh your cover too. So when you get a new cover, maybe update your synopsis, your bio. Have you done anything that's relevant to your book content? Maybe update that in your bio. Okay, maybe refresh your author photo. So those are some ways you can revamp your cover. Color, font. Maybe you need to update your subtitle. Color, font, subtitle, synopsis. Is your synopsis up to date based upon the relevant information that you're sharing? Your bio. Have you now obtained a new credential? So the last time that I published my book, I wasn't a certified life coach, right? So now I'm a certified life coach, so I can add that to my bio. And the bio on the back of your book should be a short bio, under 100 words, because you shouldn't have too much of a long bio, because in the back of your book there is an author bio section that you can, tell, you can have a longer bio about the author, right? But the back bio is really short, okay? Short, sweet, and to the point. It gives the relevant information that shows that you are credible in this topic that you are talking about. Queen, thanks so much for joining. Okay, so the first thing you can do to revamp your book is to change your book cover, make it more attractive to your target audience. This is the first book, Skyrocket Your Success. You see, it's kind of masculine, and my target audience is professional women. So I had to refresh it, and I have a fresh new color, teal color, and the color background is accents of gold and white. Okay, so that is more attractive to my target audience. And again, on the back, maybe refresh your synopsis. Are you updating your content in your book? So if you are, update your synopsis on the back of your book, update your bio. If you've gained some more credentials or something that's relevant to your topic, update your picture if you like. If you don't even have the money to update your picture, maybe change the color. There's so many AI, tools available. You can change the color of your blouse, or change the color of your dress. Thanks so much for joining, Michael. Another thing is, is it Michael? I believe that's Michael. Make sure your logo is on the back of the book. If you're self-publishing, if you have a logo, make sure that's on the back of your book. Maybe you didn't have it on there last time. Another thing that you can add to the back of your book is your social media pages. You can add that on the back of your book. Your email address. Have you put your contact information? If you didn't the first time, put it on the back. So the first thing is the cover. There's so many things that you can do with the cover. So you can do change the color, and I want you to look up hex codes, HEX codes. That'll give you all the spectrums of colors so that you can kind of research and see which colors speak to your target audience. So again, check hex code, HEX, and then start researching colors. What color represents corporate women? Which color represents whatever your target audience is? Make sure that color speaks to them and draws them in to grab your book and say, hey, what is this? Okay, so the first thing that you can do is revamp your cover. The second thing, again, is to maybe add some more relevant content to your book. Has there been any updates, right, in your content area, right? Have there been updates? What's going on right now? What's a hot topic in the media regarding your book topic? If it's a hot topic, maybe add another chapter to speak to that thing that's new in the industry. The next thing is, let's see, enrich your reader's experience, right? Make it more interactive. Add charts, add case studies, add infographics and photos that are relevant to your book topic. So that's another way you can refresh your content, adding infographics. Are you doing a study? Another way too, let me just throw this in, do a study. On all of my books, all three of my books, I've done studies. I've done surveys. I've asked open-ended questions to my target audience, and I've used that as content in my book. And when people answer these questions, these are the things that they want to talk about, right? When you ask them, have you done this? What's important to you regarding that? Ask open-ended questions so you can get their language. And when you get that language, you can use that when you are promoting your book, right? So add surveys, polls. You can poll very easily on Instagram. You can do polls on Facebook and on LinkedIn. So use those tools that they provide to us to make to add content for your book. The next thing that I want to talk about is you can add quotes to your book. The first time I wrote my book, I had quotes in my book, but they weren't decorated or anything. But this time, when I got my book done, I wanted to make sure the quotes kind of stood out a little bit better. So I had quotes at the beginning of each chapter. So you can add quotes to kind of relate to whatever you're talking about in your chapter. So you can add quotes or sayings. And sometimes make sure that you can use quotes from other people, but use your own quotes, because you can use these as you promote your book. Because you can put a quote in you can go to Canva and do a quote in Canva and just put author. For instance, I use my name, author Shara Halliburton, author of Skyrocket Your Success 2.0. But use quotes to open up your chapters, relevant quotes that have something to do with in your content. Thank you, Stacy, saying these are great tips. Okay, another thing is you want to bring them into your world, right? You want to invite them to, download a freebie so that they can get on your email list so that you can nurture them and take them to the next level. So after they read this book with all this great content, what's next? Do you want to invite them for to a discovery call so that you can bring them into your coaching program? Do you want to, offer some kind of valuable freebie or some kind of information that's going to help them get to their next level? Because your book is nonfiction, right? If it's nonfiction, it solves a problem for your ideal audience. So all of the freebies that you have should help them get to that answer. It should help them on the roadmap from A to Z. That thing that you offer, it should be relevant to what you're talking about and should help them go to the next level. What else can we talk about here? I got a lot of things on this list. I did actually did a workshop about 10 ways to revamp your nonfiction book. So that's where I'm getting all this information from. I did that in May. Let's see. You can create a companion workbook, a study guide or discussion guide for your book. And you can put the discussion guide in the back of your book. So if your book contains a certain information that you can use for associations, create a discussion guide so that you can open up a discussion regarding your book content. So I know I bounced all over the place. I don't know which ones I talked about, but let me just give you just a wrap up really quick before I leave. The first thing is to update your book cover. Get a color that's relevant to your target audience. You can update your synopsis, your bio. If you've added new credentials, get a new photo for the back of your book. If you don't have a new photo, you can change the color of your dress or change the color of your shirt, just to make it kind of pop, to make it correlate with your book cover. So the first thing is there are many changes that you can do to your cover. Also, we talked about changes that you can do by adding your contact information for social media. You can add that to the back of your book. Another thing is add some more relevant content to your book. If there's something that's going on lately regarding that information that you're sharing in your book, add another chapter to speak to the needs of your target audience. The next thing is to, incorporate research. Do polls and maybe add some more research to your book. You can add infographics to make it more interactive. And ask questions. You can, that's what I did at the end of each chapter. I have a checkpoint at the end of each chapter and I ask 3 questions so you can make sure that your readers are are understanding what you're talking about in your book. So at the end of each chapter, there is a checkpoint, ask questions, and there are lines for the readers to fill in for your book. And then the final one is to provide a freebie so that they can come into your world, so they can get on your email list. Provide value to your target audience. It's going to help them get from point A to point Z. Whatever your goal is for this nonfiction book, make sure that you offer some kind of way that will help them go to that next level. So again, thanks so much for joining me today. If you have questions, please feel free to send me a direct message. If you're looking to write a nonfiction book, please send me a direct message. I'll be more than happy to speak to you. So again, this is short, quick, and to the point. Happy Sunday. And I hope you have a wonderful holiday. If you're still, celebrating the holiday, it's not until Tuesday, but some people are celebrating already. So hope you have a great Independence Day, and I'll see you on tomorrow. Thanks so much for joining.